It's the Perspective Angle Show. It's a vibe, and we live. Starring AJ as a host for the culture. We cultivate, innovate. They gon' try to imitate. Don't forget to educate yourself. It could lead to some wealth. The Perspective Angle Show. Tell a friend, let them know. Whoa. Hey, come on, turn this shit up.
It's time for the Respective Angle Show with your hosts, AJ is Live and AJ.
It's the Perspective Angle Show. It's a vibe, and we live. Starring AJ as a host for the culture. We cultivate, innovate. They gon' try to imitate. Don't forget to educate yourself. It could lead to some wealth. The Perspective Angle Show. Tell a friend, let them know. Whoa. Hey, come on, turn this shit up.
It's time for the Respective Angle Show with your hosts, AJ is Live and AJ.
What is going on, folks? It is 6 p.m. and you are definitely live with your host, AJ is Live with the Respective Angle Mobile, one half of the Respective Angle Show. And I pray that you guys had a very good week. I know my week was a little bit stressful, but with God's help, he made it all right. Thank God for that. And I hope you guys that are here watching on the playback that I hope that you had a blessed week. So on today, I'm not going to be before you too long today. I know we did have a show scheduled with the Prophet today at 6 o'clock at 6 p.m., which is right now. But, the Prophet is a very busy man. So when it comes down to certain things, his schedule, certain things may arise. So I completely understand that. And the show has to go on regardless. So on today, we're going to be talking about a different topic. And who knows, maybe later on we'll come on with the Prophet and we can get things done. But for right now, I just wanted to discuss these things that's been going on in New York for the past couple weeks. It's been getting to me. And I just feel like, today's the day I just need to come on and speak about it, if you don't mind. And I'm not going to be here for too long. I'm not going to be on the stream for too long today because I have a couple things to do as it pertains to business and as it pertains to church tomorrow morning. So I got some things to do, but I'm just going to spend some time with you guys and we're going to be reviewing some things as it pertains to the gun violence in New York. So let's just get to the meat of the matter right now. Quite frankly, for the past couple weeks, as I said, a lot of gun violence has been taking place. And we're not even talking about in the nighttime. We're talking about high daytime sometimes, like in the middle of the day where maybe they may be kids playing around and things are just happening right in broad daylight. Brazen stuff is going on in broad daylight. You get what I'm saying? I really don't understand it. I don't know what kind of spirit that's looming around right now that, makes this an actuality, makes this a reality. And these are the things that we have to pay attention to. This is the reality of life. This is the times that we live in. This is practically what Revelation said. It's going to have wars, rumors of wars, lovers of themselves. And, these are the things that's actually going on right now. You got to think about it. And to even worry about, your child going to high school or your child going to elementary school, and you got to worry about guns actually making it inside of school or gun violence happening outside of the school. And it has everything to do with the children. Just this week that just passed here, we had a high school shooting in Queens, Francis Lewis High School. We got to think about these things. Like the society that we are living in right now, it is dangerous. I can say it's a dangerous society. And I'm sad to see in the days that we're living in that these are the things that's actually going on. You know, and it's but so much that I can say with it's my belief that it's but so much that we as citizens can do about this situation. We can protest about it. We can we can do a lot of things. But all in all, when you think about it, it really depends on the politicians that hold the various offices that they hold, you know, and the effectiveness, the efficiency that they would actually have. You know, we we live in a world where violence is just like everywhere. You cannot escape violence. You can move from one state to another state and things can happen in the state that you move in. You know, we really got to think about where we're placing ourselves. It's very violent out there, very, very violent out there. And to have people that would actually come out and just, you know, wouldn't even think about who's in the area. If there's a child around, you got beef with this person, but yet still, you don't consider that there are children that is in the area. You know, to have that kind of mindset, to actually go out there and see children playing in the streets, and yet still you decide to take your gun out and shoot at somebody. And as I said in the other video before, you know, guns don't have bullets doesn't have where they actually it's not going to hit where it actually is aimed to. You know, sometimes a bullet can miss and hit the person that it wasn't intended for. And these are the things that can actually happen. And these are the things that actually do happen. We hear about this time and time again. This wasn't the intended target, but this person actually ended up being the one who was the victim to a shooting. An innocent bystander. You know, and these are the things that we got to consider. We have to consider where we are. And where we are right now is not a real great place. It really isn't. Where we are as a society, it is really not a great place where we are right now. Check it out. Let's look at what happened in New York this week.
Today, Mayor Adams is meeting with NYPD precinct commanders trying to get a handle on rising crime in New York City. The meeting follows a shooting this week in Fresh Meadows, Queens, that left 3 teenagers wounded. CBS 2's Christina Fan is live at police headquarters in Lower Manhattan.
20, 20. You heard right. 20 weapons found in one school. 20. That's unbelievable. 20 guns found in one school after a shooting takes place. That is crazy. Well, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up a minute here. So you're trying to tell me. So what is going on in New York City schools? Because I could remember when I was going to high school. When I was going to high school, there was no random checks or no random metal detectors or portable ones. To be honest with you, like there weren't portable metal detectors in high school. Those were stationed there, like those were permanent metal detectors. You see that? Like 89 out of 1,700 schools have permanent metal detectors. It's 89 out of 1,700. What a small percentage that is. Like, that is crazy. 89 out of 1,700 schools in New York City has metal detectors. Wow. That is true. That is true. Like we got some crazy parents that would actually send their children to school with firearms. You know, who knows what the reason would be, but parents, come on, I appeal to you right now. Don't if you're doing that, don't do that. Don't do that. You are not ensuring a better life for your child if that's what you're doing. If you're sending your child to school with firearms, now let's think about it. You are gearing up your own child for their own failure when you do that. When you do something like that, no matter what the reasoning would be, no matter what the reasoning would be, you're setting up your child for failure because easily they could get caught up with the NYPD. NYPD could see it. They're the one taking the charge, but eventually ultimately you taking the fail. You're taking a fall at the end of the day when you think about it. Like you know that child might crack, and there you go. You're gonna be behind bars. I mean, at this juncture, you think about it, like uh, defund the police. Now, I wouldn't say defund the police. I wouldn't say defund the police. I'd say reform it in a way as to where we can actually have checks and balances. We can track, the police's work, the NYPD's work. Like we can ensure that the work that we're paying them to do, which is keeping the public safe, that they're actually doing it. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that can be enhanced in the way how officers police. There's a lot of different approaches that they could take as it relates to public safety. I can't come up with 1,000 different solutions, but I know there are different ways that things can be done. So there's a possibility. I think defunding the police. No, I don't think so. I feel that we should reform the police. and make it, a much more safer environment. Wow. Wow. So when you look at that, what it is, it's crazy. It's really, it's really ridiculous. And that's just one of many things that didn't happen this week as it pertains to shootings. I just wanted to start with that. But there are so many different things. There are so many different situations that happened this week. And the violence continues. The violence continues. I another there's another situation I did. All right, folks, I'm back again.
he shoots his mama through the door.
So, this is the 19-year-old boy who shot after his mother because she told him to stop smoking in the house. 19 years old. And because of the simple fact of his mother correcting him, and obviously prior to this situation, prior to his mother telling him not to smoke in the house this actual time, there was prior warning. There was prior warning because if we, from our recollection, what the sheriff just said is the mother said she walked in the house and here's what's about to happen. We're about to start this whole show all over again because certain people is late today. So in the next 15 minutes, we will be starting over the Respective Angle Show Saturday edition. Have a lot of moving parts in the background here that I'm trying to just get in control of. And yeah, so please check back in the next 15 minutes. We'll be back and we'll be definitely ready to go. As I said, certain people are late today. So we're going to do this one over again. We're going to start all over again. So just look out, guys. Look out for the live. Look out for the notification. If you're subscribed already and you hit that notification bell, you would have already gotten the notification from this live. So just look out for the next notification. All right. So I'm out for right now.
It's the Respective Angle Show. It's a vibe, and we live. Starring AJ as a host for the culture. We cultivate, innovate. They gon' try to imitate. Don't forget to educate yourself. It could lead to some wealth. The Respective Angle Show. Tell a friend, let them know. Whoa, hey, come on,
Turn this shit up.
It's time for the